Hi, my second grade friends. So, if you just did the warm up video, then we are ready to start with our 3-digit subtraction. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is with a couple of word problems. So, our first word problem, I'm going to read it to you, and then we are going to solve this like we would any other word problem. We have to figure out what information we know, what the problem tells us, what do we need to find out, and how we're going to solve the answer. So are we going to add or subtract? So I'm going to read the question first, and then we'll answer those questions. So Sandra has $268 in savings. If she buys a book that costs $25, how much money will she have left? Okay, so what information do we know? Let's make our part total box. That's what I like to do. What do we know? Call it right out. We know that Sandra has $268 in savings. Okay. And we know that she's buying a book that costs $25. What is our problem? What are we looking for? Well, I see a question mark. What's the question? It's asking us, how much money will she have left? So let's start to fill in our part total. We know that the total is $268. That's the total amount of money that she's starting with. What is one part? The book costs $25. So she is paying $25. So we are looking for how much money she is going to have left after she pays the $25. And the only way to find that other part is to subtract. And think about it, right? If you have a $268 in your hand and you give 25 of that to the store clerk, you're taking it away, right? And you want to know how much money you have left? You have to subtract the $25 away from 268. So our equation becomes 268 take away 25. Whoops. 25. So I'm going to show you two different strategies about how to solve this problem. And then you have to decide for yourself which one you like better, okay? And you can do both of them at home if you want, if you like both of them. But we're going to first start with blocks because that's something we're really familiar with using. So I think that we should all be pretty familiar with how to solve this problem using blocks. So we have 268, and we are taking away 25. So I'm checking my blocks, and I noticed right away I don't have the correct number. Uh-oh, I only have 240. Let me fix that before we get started. There, you always want to check and make sure you have the correct number of blocks before you start your taking away, right? If I were to start taking away my 25, our whole total would have been messed up. But now I'm going to check. I have 200s, I have 6 tens, and I have 8 ones. Now we're ready to take some away. Okay? So, let's take a look. We have 2 tens and 5 ones. I'm going to take away my 5 ones first. So I'm just going to cross them out. And then, to keep track of my thinking, I'm going to cross out the 5 and 25 just so I know that I've already taken it away. What's my next step? Call it right out. My next step is to take away my 2 tens. So let's do that. I'm going to cross them right out. There we go. And we're done. Not too hard, right? So what's our answer? We still have our 200s. How many 10s do we have? We now have 4 10s and how many 1s? 3 1s. So 268 take away 25 is 243. So now I'm going to show you another way to do this, and this is a way that I bet your parents are going to be able to help you out with, and it's a way you can use in your book if you want to. It doesn't really give you the option to use it in your book, but like I've said all year, if you like this way better, you can do it this way. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to set up your equation vertically. So vertically means up and down. So you're going to put your total on the top. Your biggest number goes on the top. And then you're going to put the part that you're taking away on the bottom. Okay? So your total, the biggest number's on the top, and then the part that you're taking away goes on the bottom. Now, the most important thing to remember when you subtract this way is to set up your hundreds, tens, and ones all in line with each other. Okay, so there's no hundreds and 25, so we don't put a number there, but your tens have to be in line next to each other, on top of each other, and then your ones have to be in line, okay? Or it gets pretty messed up. But it's not that hard, right? 268, take away, then put your other part, 25, and you're ready to go. First thing you're gonna do, now once you're all set up, our ones, tens, and hundreds are in line, now we're ready to start subtracting. And all you're gonna do is subtract the number in chunks of your ones, tens, and hundreds. That's really just like what we did here, right? We took away our ones first by crossing out 5 ones, then we took away our tens. You're gonna do the same exact thing, but without blocks. We're just gonna solve it in our heads or on our fingers or on our paper. So you always start with your ones. When you set it up like this, you always, always, always start with your ones. So our ones are 8, take away 5. What is 8 take away 5? 3, right? Okay, now we're ready to move on to our tens. Our tens is 60, take away 20, or 6 tens minus 2 tens. What is 60 minus 20? 40. And remember, we're not writing the number 40, we're just making a 4 because it's 4 groups of 10. So it's 6 groups of 10, take away 2 groups of 10, or you could just do 6, take away 2 is 4. So we have 4 groups of 10 in our tens place. And now, look at this. We don't have a number in the hundreds place. So 2, take away nothing, take away 0, is still 2. And would you look at that? We got the answer 243. 2 hundreds, 4 tens, 3 ones. Same thing we got with the blocks, okay? So these are 2 different ways to do it. And let's try one more. Dara has $278 in savings. So first thing I'm going to do, set up my total part so that we can fill it in once we're done reading. Let me start over. Dara has $278 in savings. If he buys some toys for $46, how much money will he have left? What do we know? Call it right out. Pause the video if you want some more time to think about it. We know that Dara has $278. Okay? And we know that he is spending 46 of it. That makes 46 apart. What are we looking for? We're looking for how much money he will have left. So we are looking for that other part. So if he starts with $278, he spends 46 of it, are we adding money or are we taking away? Oops. We are taking away, subtracting. So let's subtract. 200, let me check and make sure I have my right amount of tens. I see 7 groups of 10 and now 8 groups of 1, and we're taking away 46. So I'm going to take away my ones first. I'm going to cross out 6 groups of 1, 5 and 6. Okay, how many groups of 10 do I take away? I take away 4 groups of 10. Ta-da. I took my 4 groups of 10. How much do I have left? I have 2 hundreds, 3 tens, and 2 ones. 278 take away 46 equals 232. Okay, let's try it that other way. So, help me set it up. First, I have to put my number on top. Do we remember which number goes on top? It would be the total. So it's our larger number. And that number was 278. I'm going to put my minus sign, my takeaway sign. And what number are we taking away? We're taking away 46. So can I set it up like this? Uh-oh. Silly Miss Weber, why is this not okay? Because my hundreds, tens, and ones are not lined up. 46. 6 is my 1, so 6 has to go underneath the 8, right? So let's try that again. Take away 46. Okay, now let's take a look. My ones are on top of each other. 8 ones, take away 6 ones. My tens are in line. 7 tens, take away 4 tens. And my hundreds. Okay? So let's get started. We start with our hundreds? No, we start with our ones. 8 take away 6. What is 8 take away 6? 8 take away 6 is 2. What is 7 take away 4? 7 groups of 10 minus 4 groups of 10. 7 take away 4 is 3. 7 groups of 10 minus 4 groups of 10 is 3 groups of 10. And what is 200 take away? Nothing. We could put a 0 here if we wanted. 200 still. And look at that. We got the number 232. Same exact answer we got with the blocks. So 278 take away 46 is 232. Now, like I said, I don't mind which strategy you use. You can use your 10 base 10 blocks, or you can set it up horizontally like this. If I personally like to do it this way, but if you do, you cannot forget to set up your numbers in line with each other. Hundreds go on top, tens goes on top of each other, and ones go on top of each other.